Hey everyone, welcome back to the Gunner's View. Welcome back to the channel, man. My name is Kanju Mangaba, and I'm sure as you can tell by the channel, I'm a huge Arsenal fan. Especially after this weekend, man, it feels so good to be an Arsenal fan. It feels fantastic. A lovely reply, a lovely response to all the naysayers and all the talkers and all the doubters. And even sad to say that some of our fans from our fan base were looking a bit down. Some of the guys, who I support Arsenal with, are also kind of, doubting it, kind of feeling like that feeling of anxiety is back again, man. It feels like we're going to stumble. But Arsenal was like, hey, no way, Jose. There's no way that we're going down the way it did last time. This is a different team, and I've said this before. And before I go any further, if you're new to the channel, please hit the like and the subscribe button. Please, man, I'm just trying to get through to my 10 subscribers. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Like I said before, it's a baby channel. I'm trying to get there, so please help me get there. Hit me up on the comments. Let me know what you think. Because today, I just want to quickly recap on what happened at Villa Park on Saturday. And man, oh man, I'll be completely honest with you guys. I was a tad bit nervous only because, early kickoff hasn't really been good to us, man. At Everton, early kickoff, and we were away again. And this time sort of seemed like it would be the same fate, If you watched the game, if you followed in, we went down, I think, quite early. It was 1-0 already, And then you started to feel like, really, is this what it's going to become, before that beautiful strike by Bukayo Saka to get us back on level terms. That was amazing as well. And then for them to come back again via, Philippe Coutinho, which was an excellent team goal. That was a fantastic goal. Again, breaking our lines. And I really have to just fault Ben White there. It was Ben White. Ben White, there was no need for him to commit himself. He could have just let it off and made it more difficult. But him committing and then having to track back, made it difficult for him, and they scored, obviously, the second goal. And when you saw that in the first half, you really started to feel like, as an Arsenal fan, you were really asking yourself, like, oh, is this it then? Is this where we actually, cut our losses and say, you know what, let's just focus on just, maintaining our top 4 position. But no, I think Arteta at halftime must have, I don't know what speech he gave, I don't know what pep talk he gave, but whatever pep talk he gave, it really made that much of a difference, because them boys came back and we were champions in the second half. We totally outplayed them. We totally dominated. And I'm so proud of the team, man. I'm so proud of those guys. Like, the way the boys played, we came out, we pushed further. Odegaard even missing a sitter. Something that on any other given day, he would have smashed that behind the net. It was on his favorite foot, clear post. Martinez was out of position. It was just him. I was one of the people that was already celebrating, and I was half celebrating it, because I was like, yeah, that's it. This is where we go 3-2 up, and he missed that, and the pressure was just too much. It just got to a point where Villa was just overwhelmed by the amount of pressure. We were pressing. We seemed like the team that had the fire before the World Cup, and I'm so proud of it, man. The players, I want to speak as well about the players. I want to speak all the way from the back, all the way to the front. I want to talk about the resilience. I want to talk about J20, Jorginho. Who would have thunk Jorginho, bruv? Like, J20 came through and said, oh, so you guys want to call me an agent? You want to call me, oh, I'm a flop of a signing. You don't understand why I'm here. Let me show you my class. Let me show you why I'm the one that you can depend on. And man, oh man, did he deliver, bro. Like, J20, man, that was my dude. That was my man of the match. He was incredible on Saturday. He was everywhere, breaking those lines, making sure that Aston Villa doesn't get the best of us, I mean, he's a machine, from the first minute to the 90th. What did we play? 90 plus 5 minutes? Was it 90 plus 4 minutes or something like that? And J20, obviously with his wonder strike, which, deservedly, we deserved that, we deserved the what do you call it, the luck, or the fortune that it hit Martinez's head, the back of Martinez's head, and it went and ricocheted back into the back of the net. We deserve that. If you watched the game, you feel like we deserved it, and it had to be Jorginho. It was just written in the stars that it had to be Jorginho, to put us 3-2 up. Unbelievable, man. And then obviously, Gabriel Martinelli comes in, and the lovely through pass that the counter attack where Fabio Vieira, famously, I say famously because that's going to be a moment as well that we're going to look back on the moment that he played that pass, and he celebrated way before Martinelli put that ball in the back of the net. And obviously his pace was just too much, and he was fresh off the bench, so he ran through and tapped the ball into the back. He celebrated as well just before he put it in. He raised his arms up, and then he scored the goal. But yeah, man, I want to speak about, I can't really say much about Aaron Ramsdale. I feel like the goals were just that good. Could he have maybe been a bit quicker to stop the first goal going in? Yes, of course, because the shot was low and it was right next to him. He could have gotten down a bit quicker. I can maybe sort of critique him there, but the second goal was just a team goal, and it's not his fault. Other than that, he made a brilliant save as well for a goal again that could have been a goal, but because I mean I forget the Villa's players his name, but in the second half they also got a chance, they counted, and this guy took a very powerful shot at Ramsdale, and Ramsdale he made the save. It actually hit it and it ricocheted off the top bar and it came back into play. So that could have been a goal, but he did well as well. William Saliba had a decent game as well. Although I'll still say so again, Saliba and Gabriel are to me, I feel like their feet, I feel like the matches and their legs are starting to catch up. And I think Arteta's going to have to somehow give these guys a little bit of a breather, But maybe this whole time that we have now, I mean, the next game we're playing obviously is going to be away at Leicester at the Power Stadium. So, I mean, at least now, maybe this little bit of a break, we could see what he could do to change it up. But I'm very happy. I think my only critique at the back would definitely be Ben White. I think Ben White is a baller. I think he's fantastic at what he does. Don't get me wrong. But if I had to critique, I'd say he was a bit of the weak link. And I could see that Villa could pick that up and they kept on sending balls that side because Zinchenko on this side was also doing well. Also, a bit of a critique on Zinchenko, keeping the ball a little too long, keeping it unnecessarily as well. Sometimes he's slowing down our play, and I feel like sometimes he does a bit too much. I understand that he's a player. I understand that he's someone who is known to garner the ball in position and he knows how to pick passes. But sometimes I feel like he does too much and it slows down our play. So that's the only critique I have for him. In the middle, J20, my man of the match. I didn't miss Partey at all. I have my own little, my own little beefs, if you may put it, with Partey, because I feel like every time we need this man, these past few seasons, every time we've needed him, he's been vacant. Injury or there's something going on every single time. I'm not sure I'm happy about that. And I think that's something that needs to be looked at by the Arsenal. He's fantastic when he's playing, but I feel like he disappears when we need him, and it just keeps on happening season after season. So yeah. Xhaka I wasn't too impressed with Granit Xhaka. I feel like, again, like I've said before, I feel like he was a bit tired. And I feel like, the replacement, when they had to replace Xhaka and someone came in, it was a good, that was when I was like, thank you, Arteta, because Xhaka, I feel like he's run his race in terms of just these few weeks. I feel like he's been a bit poor. Hasn't been the Xhaka that we've come to love, but still a great player nonetheless. And Fabio Vieira coming in as well. And Fabio Vieira, like I said, he deserves more minutes. He deserves a chance to be like, okay, I'm starting. And it is different. It's a different context starting the game than coming in and influencing a game. It's very different. And as you could see, Trossard had to start the game, but you could see that he wasn't as direct as Martinelli wasn't. Starting a game is very different because you're setting the pace and you're setting the standard. So it might be easier to just come in the second half and build on to what your teammate has done. But having to start the game is a whole different story. And we saw today, some people might feel like Trossard was a bit quiet, but I still feel like he was causing issues. I still feel like he was dribbling and trying to break these lines, in which they did, because Villa was trying to do a low block again, but this time Arsenal was like, no way are we going to just sit back and settle just for what you guys are doing. We're going to break these lines, and they did. So kudos to Trossard as well. I feel like he tried his best, but it showed that coming into a game, starting a game, and coming in and influencing a game are two different types of things, and I think like that show. Bukayo Saka, amazing, always amazing. I feel like he doesn't get enough protection from the referees. I feel like he gets kicked the whole time, and I understand, Coutinho, the way Coutinho came in there was really reckless for me. But I understand that it's a contact sport, and that's what you're gonna have to deal with. And I feel like Bukayo Saka is not a player who usually gets into unnecessary entanglement, or excuse the pun, entanglements, or gets into a little bit of a fight, or a disagreement. He's hardly that, but you could see that they've been nibbling at him the whole game, and he felt like he's had enough. So when Coutinho came slamming into him, he felt like that was too much, and you saw him with the burst out, which is uncharacteristic of Saka. But I saw that they said that Thierry Henry gave him advice and told him that nice players, the best players are nice players. To be the big guy, you can't be a nice guy. So maybe that put some fire in him, and to let other guys know, you can't just kick me around. You can't just let me be a little boy. I am the star boy. I am Saka. I am the main man at Arsenal. I'm the number 7. I'm the guy who makes things tick. I'm the guy who makes things happen up front. So shout out to him. Very poor for me for Edin Ketia. Again, like I'm going to say again, it was poor from him. He's done a fantastic job in the absence of Gabriel Jesus. But then, truth be told, in these past few games, we have sort of missed the intensity. And I know he's not the same profile, but you have to, when the time comes, you need to be a team player. You have to get out of your shell. You have to go out and you have to help the team. His holder play is good, but it's sort of like Alexandre Lacazette-esque, where, well, yeah, your holder play is great, but then where's your finishing? Where's the times where we need you to help the team so that other players can come into the fold as well and do something? You know what I mean? That's where I have a problem with Edin Ketia, and I really feel like it's time for us to maybe have Trossard coming into the middle, give Eddie a little bit of a break, and have Eddie maybe come into a game and influence. Maybe that way, will give him some energy, because honestly, I do feel like before Gabriel Jesus was out, Eddie would come into a game and he would influence the game, and it would work because all the work had been done. You know what I mean? All the work had been done. The defenders had been run through by Gabriel Jesus. So by the time Eddie came in, he had the time to hold play up and turn, and because defenders by the time would have been tired or would have been, at their wits' end. But yeah, I was very unimpressed by Eddie Nketiah. Poor performance for me. I feel like he could have scored. I think he made things a bit difficult for himself unnecessarily and for the team. So yeah, man. Overall, I feel like, we deserved the win. I am very happy. It was a good evening from my side. Good to see Unai Emery again, but at the same time, it is what it is. We're trying to we're trying to chase what we're chasing right now, and grateful for Villa for that. I'm grateful for the game. They played very well themselves. Kudos to them. It was a good challenge, but yes, Arsenal, we are back top of the league. And that was not it. It seemed like the gods were like, no, we're not done with blessing you guys. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure that City does not walk away with 3 points at Nottingham Forest. Who would have thunk? And there, the score was 1 City and 1 Nottingham Forest, and they were held to a draw. And yeah, there we are, lonely at the top again. 2 points clear with the game in hand. Don't know what to say. All I can say is that I had a fantastic weekend. Thank you, Arsenal. Thank you to the gods that deemed it. And shout out to us. I don't want to give anyone else any more kudos, any more props. Arsenal did it. We deserved it. We played well. We're still at the top. And it is lonely at the top. We are 2 points clear. So that's me. That's all I wanted to say about it. I wanted to come here. I wanted to speak about it. I hope you guys are having a very great Monday. Very gloomy weather here in Cape Town, South Africa. It's raining. It's windy. We are the windy city after all. But yeah, that's what's going on here. I hope wherever you guys are in the world, I hope you guys are safe and you guys are enjoying it. Please make sure, again, to hit me up on the comments. Let me know what you think, man. Follow me. I'm on TikTok as well. I'm going to try and leave my TikTok link down there in the description as well. Follow me on TikTok. There I give my predictions. I give my little analysis before the game or post the game like right now. So yeah. And I'll see you guys on the next video where we're going to be speaking about Leicester versus Arsenal. We're away at the King Power Stadium, man. Like, subscribe, and I appreciate your support. This was Kanjwa Gamanaba, and it's a Gunner's View.